What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to do several things. We are going to take a look at the upcoming events for next week. We are going to break down all the math. We are going to analyze the rewards and see which events should you focus on, and find the answers on what's the best path going forward on MSF. And we are also going to analyze the situation that has been going on in the community, because there are a lot of people that are frustrated, and maybe for some good reason, maybe not. So we're going to talk about all of that in this video. And as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's start with the social aspect of Marvel Strike Force. Let's take a look at the recent videos that have been posted by different content creators. And if you guys don't check out my live streams, I usually talk about the social issues there, but there are a lot of people complaining about the KANG Hunt event. And if you missed my videos from last week where I talked about this, it was expected that it was going to be an event only for whales, because we have had events like this in the past. And this is why I always say to manage your expectations and to never expect anything, because if you never expect anything and if you manage your expectations, then you are always going to be happy, because everything that you are getting is always an extra, because you are not expected to get anything extra. So keep this in mind. Most of these events, they are made for whales on purpose. That's it, because they are the ones that give the big bucks, and they are the ones that have to be pleased. So when you take a look at the KANG Hunt event, first off, keep in mind that this event will last for 12 days. The event lasts for 12 days, and you're going to be able to unlock KANG, or at least start to unlock KANG, within the 7th day of this event. So you'll have 5 additional days to use KANG to participate in this event. On top of that, you can unlock KANG right now with power cores, and you can double dip in terms of value with this other event that we have going on right now, the driving force. So you can double up unlocking KANG with power cores and getting some additional rewards. In my opinion, it's not worth it, because the amount of power cores you have to spend to consume or to obtain all the rewards is quite high. You have to go all the way to 25,000 power cores to complete this, which is pretty much nonsensical. But if anyway you want to do it, if you want to unlock KANG early, that's fine, go ahead, and you can double up in value. Okay, once again, going back to the KANG event, when you take a look at the quantum difficulty, you require the characters to be at 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 6 stars, and 7 stars in order for you to complete all of these. Now, keep in mind that Isolate Blue level 5, it's not being sold yet. It's not being sold yet. So, of course, if you are expecting to get this for free, you don't have the right perspective, because it's not, you should not think this. If they are giving away this at very small amounts, or they are giving this for the whales, for the leaderboards and things like that, you cannot expect as a free-to-play player or something like that, or light spender, to obtain any kind of these amounts. Like any nodes that you can achieve, those are just extras. And you need to manage your expectations like that. If you are expecting something else from a mobile game, it's not only Marvel Strike Force, it's all kinds of mobile games. You cannot expect more than nothing. Now, something good is the hard difficulty. So on hard difficulty, if you have KANG unlock, and this is at any kind of star, so 3 stars is the bare minimum, you are going to be able to collect a few teal gear. As you can see right here, we have some mini uniques for gear tier 16, and we also have some basic catalysts. You can see right there the focus catalysts that right now is very high demand. So this is the only advantage that anyone that unlocked KANG early has, and anyone that bought KANG has. But still, once again, you are still going to have 5 days to complete this, get all the first time rewards, and still do it multiple times. You can spend power cores in order to get more energy, but once again, in my opinion, is not worth it. and you also get a little bit of experience, but it's such a low amount that it's pretty much irrelevant. So that's the situation with the KANG event. Like, guys, seriously, manage your expectations. In this type of mobile games, there are so many out there, you just have to expect a bare minimum, and this is my attitude. I'm just happy for anything extra that I can get. Any free stuff is always welcome. And if you try to be overly competitive, then you are just going to screw yourself, because you're going to get frustrated and you are not going to enjoy the game anymore. So once again, if you manage your expectations, you are more likely than not to have a positive experience with the game, and that's pretty much it. So let's move on to the blog post and let's see the upcoming events, and we are also going to analyze the rewards of this event. So let's take a look. So first off, coordinated assault, you just have to spend your isolate campaign. We know exactly how that works. This one starts today, which is Saturday the 18th. Then we have the Debonair of Death, and this is the prelude event for the Death Scourge that is coming up next week. So this one starts on February the 20th. And it's going to be a 3 days event where you'll be able to collect Reaper Orbs. With these Reaper Orbs, you are going to be able to obtain Death Seed characters, Bionic Avenger characters, Wakanda characters, minions, and non-legendary mutants. So there is a wide variety of characters you can obtain, but it's RNG based. But the best part here is that you can get some training materials. Of course, we don't know how much is the amount. It's of course going to be like probably meaningless amount, but once again, like anything that you get for free is good. Okay, so to obtain the monthly item during this event, you need 69,000 points. Nice. And then there are a bunch of additional rewards, including training materials. We also have Nemesis shards, Bashenga shards, and we have T4 abilities. And we also have some Mystic Gear T17 mini uniques. So if you are still working on your Darkhold, or if you already started gearing up your Spider Weaver and Deadpool, this might help a little bit. So the rewards, overall, they are decent. Bashenga is a very powerful character, very important character on the Wakanda team. And Nemesis is a very powerful character in raids, and also in Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, and Dark Dimension. So if you can obtain some additional shards for these characters, it would be great. I'm going to be honest and upfront to you right now, you are not going to be able to obtain. We're going to take a look at the math and see that unfortunately it's impossible. So you can win, or you can complete this event by earning Blitz credits. So this means you can save the Blitz credits that we have right now on the Quick Rumble. You can save the Blitz credits that you are going to obtain on the Red Star Orbs, on the Premium Orb, and also on the Character Orb that will start at the same time as this event starts. So you can see right there, you get 7 points for each Blitz credit that you earn, but there is a cap on how many points you can get. So this is pretty much going to limit the amount of points you can obtain. Beyond that, you can earn Reaper or fragments by spending campaign energy on specific nodes. And the average of fragments that we were getting in the past, it was 3 fragments per each energy. So that will also limit the amount of fragments you can get. And as always, of course, there will be offers and so on that you can buy or not, or you can skip, right? Skip. Okay, so taking a look at the math of this first event, the Debonair of Death event. So 3-day event starting off the 20th. You win by earning Blitz credits. You can save the Quick Rumble and Red Stars and Premium Orb. And then you have the Reaper fragments that usually you get 3 fragments per each energy you spend. So the earned Blitz credits, you can pretty much assume the maximum, because that's why it's limited. It's because you can get the maximum pretty easy. And then we have the campaign nodes. We have the daily energy, and we have the energy that we can obtain through power cores. Now, when you take a look at the rewards, we have the monthly item at the 69,000 points, and then we have Bashenga shards and Nemesis shards on a meaningful amount at the landmark of the 126,000 and 162,000 points. And as you can expect, of course, the amount of energy that you get is not going to be enough. You're going to get additional 28,000 points, and that's going to give you some additional Bashenga shards and so on, but it's not a big amount. You can see right here, you might get some additional 5 shards or some additional 10 shards, but going beyond that, you have to spend way too many power cores, and it's not worth it. That's pretty much it. It's not worth it to spend power cores to complete this event. So you can see right here, 600 power cores per day. No, of course not. You're gonna spend 0 power cores per day because it doesn't matter. Anything beyond the monthly item, it doesn't matter. If you can obtain it, it's just some extra. If you can't, or if the cost is too high, you just skip it, and that's it. So you're gonna spend your daily energy, and that's it. You don't have to spend any more power cores, especially because after this event, after this 3-day event, it will start another event where your power cores are going to have a lot more value. So instead of wasting your power cores here, you're gonna spend your power cores on the other event, which is much better. So let's move on. Let's take a look at the next event, He Who Remains. This is going to be the event that will allow you to unlock Kang the Conqueror, and you can see right here it starts on the 23rd of February. So once again, you are going to be able to still do the Kang Hunt event. You still have 5 days after in order to complete this event. So don't stress out because you have time. All this drama that is going on, it's completely unnecessary. Okay, so this event will start on the 23rd, and it's going to be a 7-day event, and you're going to be able to obtain Conqueror Orb fragments from doing Blitz and also from the Web Store milestone. So you have right here Web milestone. And on top of that, you are going to get additional points by using the Masters of Evil in Cosmic Crucible. So this is a 3-step event. You have Blitzing, you have the Web milestone, and you also have Cosmic Crucible participation. Okay, so let's take a look at the rewards that we have right here. The rewards are quite juicy on this specific event, so keep that in mind. Once again, we have the monthly item that is required for the Titania unlock, and this one is sitting at 75,000 points. Beyond that, we have Elite 4 fragments, we have Elite 6 fragments, which is always welcome. We have a bunch of ISO 8 Blue level 4 by actually a meaningful amount, so we have 450 right here, we have 150 right here, we have 100 right here, and we have another 50. So that's going to be around 600, 700, 750. That's enough ISO 8 Blue level 4 to gear up one entire character, so it's a very meaningful amount. On top of that, we also have gold promo credits, and those are going to be 75 if I can count properly. Okay, so beyond that, we are also going to get some gear tier 17 mini uniques that you need for Kang and also that you need for Ultron. So if you already geared up Kang, you can gear up now Ultron. And we are also going to get a huge amount of focus catalysts. So we were asking where are the focus catalysts? Well, they are exactly right here. Okay, so as you can see, the rewards are quite juicy. Now, taking a look on how you can win this event. Once again, we are going to have to participate on the Web milestone. We are going to take a look at that in a second. And then we'll earn orb fragments. This is going to be through blitzing. Winning in blitz, it's going to give you a random amount of fragments. Then we have spend power cores. Use the Master of Evil in Cosmic Crucible, and depending on how geared your Masters of Evil are, you're going to be able to obtain more points. Now, something that you have to keep in mind, when we take a look at the calendar of the event, Moonstone will come during this event. So once again, you're going to be able to double dip on Moonstone shards at the same time as you are opening the shards for Kang the Conqueror. So at the same time as you are unlocking Kang the Conqueror, you are also going to obtain, or you're also going to have the opportunity of obtaining some shards for Moonstone. So once again, if you are smart, if you are focused, and you do this event properly, you're going to be able to unlock 2 characters at the same time. I'll be doing this on my live stream so you guys can see exactly that this is possible, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so Keep this in mind, you're going to be able to spend power cores on Moonstone based on the time frame of this upcoming event. So let's go back to the event, and we're going to skip the math of this one for now. Let's focus on the math of the Web Store milestone event. So this Web Store milestone event, Multiverse Master, it will require you to spend campaign energy, and you're going to be able to obtain Conqueror Orb fragments, up to 2 orbs, So taking a look at the event, you can see right here that you can obtain monthly items at the mark 940, and you can get your full orb at 1180 energy. In my opinion, this should be your goal. This should be your goal because that means that you can save most of your power cores to obtain a Moonstone rather than just wasting them on energy. It's up to you. When you spend energy, you also get gold, training materials, and other items in the game. So it's up to you to decide what's your priority, to get more Moonstone shards or to get more training materials, gold, and so on. But in my opinion, you should not spend a huge amount of power cores on energy just to get this additional orb. You are better off just spending Blitz charges and Blitz charges on Blitz and spending the power cores on KANG right now, because spending on energy here, it doesn't make any sense. The value is not justifiable. So you can see spend campaign energy, and like this we know what's our goal. So let's go back to the main event and let's analyze the math of this specific event. So in terms of the event on the web store, you can see right here you have to spend campaign energy, and to obtain that Conqueror Orb you just have to spend 200 cores on energy. Some people will tell you to spend 600 cores on energy. That's completely nonsensical. You don't have to spend 600 cores on energy. You just have to spend 200. You're going to obtain that orb, and that's it. The second orb, you can see right here. First orb, free to play. Second orb is not free to play, so you should just skip it. There is no point in wasting your cores away to get this one extra orb when it will bring you very low value. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's move on to the main event. He remains starting on the 23rd of February, 7 days event. And you have to spend power cores, you have to participate in Blitz and win, and use the Masters of Evil in Cosmic Crucible, and also the fragments from the web store rewards. So when you take a look at this, you can see right here that most of the points that you're going to be able to obtain are going to come from blitzing. So I'm going to make a video with the best blitz teams that you can make right now, up to 45 teams. And these teams are very, very good. You're going to be able to obtain tons and tons of fragments, and then you just have to spend all your Blitz charges, and you should save all your Blitz charges in order to get as many fragments as possible. This is, of course, taking into consideration that you're going to have to do 8 rotations per day. It's up to you to decide. If you want to do only 4 rotations per day, you cannot expect a 4-star KANG. If you do 8 rotations per day, you can expect a 4-star KANG and maybe even a 5-star KANG. So keep this in mind. Depending on your effort, you're going to be able to obtain more KANG shards or not. So it's up to you. Do you want a 3 KANG shard? Okay, you're going to do like 2 or 3 Blitz rotations per day. Do you want a 4 or 5 KANG shard? Then you have to do 6, 7 or 8 rotations per day. It's up to you to decide what you want and then manage your expectations going forward. Okay, so beyond that, beyond doing the Blitz, we have to spend the power cores for the milestone on the web store, and this is just the 200 power cores. Once again, you can double dip with the Moonstone unlock and spend some additional 5,000 cores here or something, and that will allow you to get more points, which might be an interesting choice based on the amount of rewards and based on what you need right now. On my experience right now, I'm already done with all the requirements for Apocalypse. I can unlock the baby Apocalypse right now. So for me, if I don't want to get additional Moonstone shards, I can skip her. But if you want the additional shards, if you want the additional Isolate Blue level 4, maybe you're not on Masters on Cosmic Crucible, then yes, then you can spend the power cores to get all these additional Isolate Blue level 4. Okay, so beyond that, beyond the blitzing and beyond the spending power cores, you can see that the amount of points that you get from using Masters of Evil in Cosmic Crucible, it's a very small amount, and it requires several characters to have Gear T16 and Gear T17. In my opinion, the only characters that deserve Gear T17 is KANG, but I might push Ultron and Titania to Gear Tier 17 as well, maybe Gear Tier 16, maybe I'll keep maybe Titania Gear Tier 16, maybe Ultron Gear Tier 17, because we don't have many tech characters that are worth Gear Tier 17 right now. So once again, this is not where you get the most amount of points, and you should just invest on characters that are going to provide a lot of value, and right now the only character that really deserves the Gear Tier 17 is KANG. And then beyond that we have the milestone points, and that's going to be additional 14,000 points, which is also a very small amount of points. And even if you double up, even if you'd spend crazy amount of energy to complete the other event, it just doesn't make any sense. So guys, please just do the bare minimum, spend the 200 cores on energy, and you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So you're gonna be able to unlock the monthly event for Titania unlock, and then you are still going to be able to get a nice amount of ISO 8 Blue level 4 and Elite 4 free to play, 100% free to play, 117,000 points. That's just fine. And going beyond that, that's where it's going to require the 8 rotations per day, plus all your blitz charges, plus the participation and getting up of the Masters of Evil. So this one, the ISO 8 Blue level 4, the 450, this one might require a little bit more effort and a little bit more preparation. So if you don't have any characters to get up right now, well, start getting up your Masters of Evil at least to Gear Tier 14, at least to Gear Tier 14. And then beyond that, if you have Titania unlocked already, maybe Gear Tier 16. If you have Ultron available already, maybe Gear Tier 17. It's up to you to decide if you want or not. Now, the last milestone, the one that requires Elite, the one that gives you Elite 6s and some additional gold promos, in my opinion, based on the numbers that we have right now, in my opinion, that one is not free to play obtainable. So unless you spend like a huge amount of power cores, like if you want to spend like insane amount of power cores, yeah, you can do that for sure. But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be worth it. The gold promos are fine, but it's not, there are not many characters that also require gold promos. So in my opinion, it's not worth it to spend like huge amount of power cores just to complete these. It's just, the rewards just are not meaningful enough. Once again, you get a few Elite 6 fragments, and you also get the gold promos, and the Gear Tier 17 is nice, but it's not like game breaking by any means, because it's also not required for Apocalypse or anything like that. So guys, that's the event. Once again, manage your expectations, don't expect too much, and don't expect to be at the same level of the whales, don't expect to be at the same level of the Krakens. They are spending thousands of dollars per week on Marvel Strike Force to be able to obtain everything. So of course, Scopely is going to give them benefits, Scopely is going to give them additional things, and as a free-to-play player, as a light spender, you just cannot expect to have the same kind of benefits. Once again, remember that Moonstone will be available at the same time as the event for you to unlock with power cores if you so desire. And once again, don't stress out about the KANG event, because you'll have 5 days in order to complete that event and still get some additional rewards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.